Hi, welcome back to Stony Point Forge. This is a part 2 of the video I did last night. I'm sure I did so much of the video off view of the camera, but this time I flipped my screen so my cell phone so I can see what you're seeing. This is the flower I did last night. I cleaned it up, brushed it with a brass brush, got the sepal put on there. For years I called that a stamen. I found out it was calling it the wrong thing. This is my practice rose I did before I did the demonstration. But I just texture this cold, weld it on, and I just bend it cold. I made up these pair of pliers. Back when I used to do a lot of these, I just made these to speed things up a little bit. Bend them all down. And I go through and try to work it down. I think I used to do these hot, but now to get them to suck in a little bit, use a pair of tongs. Kind of go a little bit at a time, get it where you want it. Alright, so it turns out. Now this one right here is rose bud. I was trying a different material thickness. I made this one out of 12 gauge. In the past I've always just used 14 gauge and 11 gauge. Put this back around. Now every one of these sculptures is stamped 2007, so I've been making roses, rose buds and roses since 2005. By 2007, I was getting burned out on them. These I pulled out of a gallery. This is a rose bush I tried to come up with. But this is a 14 gauge rose bud, 14 gauge rose, 14 gauge. That one's 14 gauge. My tulips are all 11 gauge. I sold a lot of these long stem roses back then for $100. Same with the tulips. I made over a dozen of each between 2005 and 2007. Then well, here's what my first 14 gauge rosebud turned out as. And this is the first tulip that I closed up and turned into a rosebud. This is before I thinned the edges up and learned a lot over the years. This is more of what a rose should look like. They've only got 5 petals. There's 3. Then I stacked the same blank on top of it with 5 petals. I got 3 in the center and 5 on the outside. I took the same blank, stacked it on there again. So there's 4 blanks, or 3 blanks there. Then I went to 4 blanks of the same blank. Sales on these, this never took off very well, but the actual rose bud itself is easier to make than the 6-petal rose. So I guess next video I'll show how to do the leaves. As you can see, I've done a lot of them. I did it the traditional way for years, and started plasma cutting them out and drawing them out. And it used to take me 20 minutes to do a leaf. Now I can do 5 leaves in 20 minutes. Well, thank you, and stay tuned for the next video.